Hello, everyone. It's your dude, James, coming back to you with another podcast episode. How y'all doing? Are you enjoying summer? If you can see by my face, I am getting the summer tan. The summer tan in, which equates to me burning, because apparently I don't know how to use sunscreen, because in 33 years that hasn't sunk in. At all, even a little. I got burned the other day because I put the spray lotion on, but you're supposed to like rub it in. I'm like, oh, this is fine. The spray's getting it didn't get everywhere. So I got burned and I have these really funny tan lines, just like these strange ovals on different parts of my body. So welcome to another podcast episode, just what you were expecting to talk about, I am sure. It is Friday, July 15th, 2022. I am getting ready for another weekend in the sun. We are doing Christmas in July this weekend with my family. So it's the first time we've done this. As would happen during our normal Christmas celebrations, haven't gotten any presents or wrapped them yet. So that is going to be something for later today, tomorrow, for me to finish and work on. We're going to my aunt's house where there'll be room for people to run around. She has a pond, people can go swimming, the kids can camp, everybody can kind of be outside. It's a little easier to manage the logistics of all of this, and so I'm excited. I hope we continue to do this, and it gives us a little less running around in December where we can kind of be more with our immediate family members. So yeah, it should be fun. The first time we're doing it, so we're gonna test it out, see how it works. So yeah, I hope you all are doing well. I hope you're all having good weekends wherever you're at right now, whatever you're doing this weekend. I am continuing to run around. I've been doing too many different things lately. I was at a conference at the end of June, so I went to St. Louis, had some St. Louis ribs, got stuck on the way back. We had a delayed flight because of a mechanical issue and missed our connecting flight, and they couldn't get us on another flight for 2 days, so we decided to rent a car. We couldn't rent a car. There was no trains, boats, anything for us to take. We ended up having to Uber from Chicago to Green Bay, which we saved money on because we got refunded from both of our flights, and so we saved money for that work trip, and it was an experience. It was an experience all on its own, with an unforgettable Uber driver that was going 120 miles an hour on the interstate and ate everything from chips, cheeseburger, yogurt parfait to sushi while driving. It was an experience. But we got home. We're here safe. We've lived to tell the tale. That was one weekend. We had another weekend where I was in Eau Claire for a state board meeting. Then I had a baby shower on Sunday. So I've been running all around. The rest of the month is going to be the same. Christmas this weekend. I'm working a food truck next weekend. And then for those of you that are going to the Frivolous and Frugal and the Three Ply Ladies meetup in Chicago, I'll be there. I'm excited. I can't wait to see everybody in person. And if you're not there, just check out the Instagrams. You'll feel like you are, because they will be ridiculous with pictures and everything else. And so Artemis continues to enjoy my podcasting experience. She waits until it turns on. But yeah, I'll be going to Chicago at the end of this month. I can't wait. I'm so excited. And I need the vacation. I need the vacation. Because it just continues to be one thing after another. But overall, things are good. The family's good. Waiting on my next niece or nephew to come, which should be soon. Only a couple weeks away now. Yeah, so that's going good. I'm going through this whole like midlife crisis. Like I don't know what I want to do with my life. I don't know if I want to switch careers. I don't know if I want to switch job locations. I don't know where I'm at. I'm at this weird spot in my life where I'm like, I just turned 33 at the beginning of June, and so I just had a birthday. I could do anything with my life. I could go back to school for nursing or computer programming, website development, assessment work. I could go to law school. I feel at a crossroads. So it's an interesting time of my life right now. And I'm just leaning into this moment and being open to all the possibilities that are out there. Um, I enjoy my career. I like helping people. There are some limitations. And I think that, my job has excellent benefits. I love what I do, but I have a single income and it's just me. If I had a partner that we could work with and we could rely on my benefits and they had another job and we had more of a stable income, maybe it'd be more realistic, but I'm really thinking about leaving my current career and looking at different ones. And so not because I don't enjoy what I'm doing, but I want to have a stable income for the rest of my life. And I have another 25 years before I seriously think about retiring, and the market isn't looking better for my vocation. So I'm at a crossroads, just considering different things, and nothing is set in stone, nothing is for sure, except that prices continue to rise, and historically I don't ever get raises or loans. That's been my experience while working in the field. So when it's happened, it's kind of been a shock that it's happened at all. So um, yeah, that's kind of where my headspace is at right now. It's just trying to forgive myself for not having all the answers, being willing to be open to my life kind of taking different paths and being okay with that. Um, and it's very ironic because I feel like that has translated over to my crafting, because I feel like I'm a little bit adrift right now with my crafting. Like traditionally, I always have a very large project that I'm working on, and may have recently finished one of them, maybe. Um, but right now, I've just kind of been taking it all in, doing some smaller projects, playing with learning some new techniques, spending my time catching up on different things, and just really using the craft to relax a little bit and help during this time, and not put pressure on myself to do bigger projects. Like I want to start another sweater, I want to start this, or I want to start that, and I'm just trying to take some of that pressure away. Artemis, stop playing with that plastic bag. Girl. She's just like straight up ignoring it. I'm going to continue to play with this plastic bag and interrupt your whole schedule. She's flat out ignoring it. Girl. Oh, she may have been stuck on the plastic bag. Would you leave that alone, please, while I record, please? Thank you. That will last approximately 2 seconds. So yeah, that's where my crafting has been. It's a little bit all over the place. So I'm going to take you on that journey with me. If that resonates with you, welcome. If it doesn't, and it just gives you some more perspective, that's great too. Or if you just want to sit down and catch up, I always love that. So crafting wise, I have finished my amazing painting bricks shawl, which I love. It's such a stained glass window, and it goes for days and days and days, I do have to say. So it is beautiful, huge. It's made of 100% cotton, which people don't expect. It's made from sheep cheese Katona, which I had from My wonderful friend Kim, who works at Around the Table Yarns, which I love. Around the Table Yarns are one of my favorite yarn shops, and so they're located in Ohio, Shaker Heights, Ohio, I believe. Yeah, the entire thing is made of cotton, um, which is kind of nice because it's not overly warm. But I tell you, I took this with me to St. Louis just because I wanted to take some pictures, and I thought I would be warm because it's St. Louis and I'm in Wisconsin, so that's a lot more southern part of the United States. Um, and I was inside in high blasting air conditioning the entire time, and I got so freaking cold. I was wearing this most of the entire conference because I was just so cold and I hadn't packed a bunch of zip ups or um, other other things. Okay, there's a fly in here. Not okay. Um, yeah, so it is, I think, the perfect blend. I really enjoyed making this. It was a process. I chose to go with his first. So Stephen gives you two options for the bind off. There is no correct way. Anybody that tells you that anything's correct, no, you do whatever you want to do with your knitting, and I won't say anything else because I want to be polite, but you do whatever you want with your own knitting. And so I did not do the I-cord bind off. I just did his other option that he gives you. And then I pinned it out and it turned out beautiful. I had the wonderful suggestion. I can't remember who it's from. I think maybe Agatha or Vani gave me the advice of doing the bind off, but doing it on the reverse side. So it kind of gives you that look and it doesn't curl as much and the look is very flat and I love it. And then I pinned it out and it just turned out beautiful. I really, really enjoyed it. So that was kind of my last big project that I've finished. I've done a lot of other things. I've made a ton of washcloths. I use these when I fly, so I probably made, I don't know, 15, 16 washcloths in the last 3 weeks. And then I took them with me to my state board meeting and I gave them to everybody that came. Um, yeah, it's a volunteer state board where we work on professional development and planning for the state, and it's a nonprofit. So it's a good organization, great people. Yeah, so I made a ton of these for everybody. And I remember to keep one or two for myself because I've said several times, how can you be a knitter, a crocheter, and you never have your own washcloths? I give them away to everybody else. So I kept some for myself. And then I have a few acquisitions, a few projects to talk about. And that'll really be it today. It's just kind of a catch-up day because I haven't seen everybody in a while. And I have the day off today. So I'm like, I'll record and try and get the video up for everybody to see. And as usual, I have a pile of things that I just was like throwing on the couch. Like, these are the things you have to talk about today. Hiya! So I finished a hat. I love this. This is from Bumblebee Acres. It's, oh, I'm probably going to say it wrong, Gimli, Son of Gloin, I think, from their Lord of the Rings line. And it is just beautiful. I got this at Maryland Sheep and Wool. I like to say that was my idea. Really, it was my friend Ingrid, and then I copied her and said it was mine. To get this yarn, and she said she was going to make a hat, and I wanted to make a hat, and I made it a little too small. Like, I have to really stretch it to get over my head. Technically, it still works. You know, it goes on the head. It's just real tight. So I might give this to my godson, and I have enough yarn left over to maybe make another one. I think I will, and just increase the size of it a little bit. I didn't cast on enough stitches. So I do love the yarn though. It's beautiful. It was fun to do. So one of the nice little smaller projects. Um, and that's most of the things that I finished. I might have forgotten a thing or two just because it's been a little while, but those are the big things. My Celtic Quilt 4 squares are all done. I need to block 2 of them and then put it together, but I haven't been feeling it. I'm hoping sometime this winter I'll feel it a little bit more when I want another blanket and spend some time finishing it. I really enjoyed the part of that knit along where it's like every month we got a new square and we're all working on it together. And then we got to the end and it's like, okay, now put all of yours together. And it's like, I missed some of the camaraderie, I think, from that. So, yeah, that's just waiting for me to be put together. I have been working on another blanket, which y'all will maybe recognize if you've been here for a little while. If you're new, welcome. It is always this disorganized, so do not expect anything else. I just embrace it. Slide into it is what I say. So I'm working on my scrappy ripple stitch blanket. And I have made some progress, y'all. That is some progress. So I've just been working on it on Zooms. I took it with me to, I go to a Thursday night wine down event at a local winery where they have live music and food trucks, and it was cold. I knew it was going to be cold last night, and so I brought this with me, and when it started to get cold, I took it out and I wore it and worked on it at the same time. So that was perfect. If you follow me on Instagram, Dude Knits, I think it's Dude Knits 89, or it's just Dude Knits. I can never remember. I can't look at it because I'm using my phone to record. So it's one of those. I always tend to post pictures when I'm there on Thursday nights of whatever project I'm working on. So that's one of the things I've been working on. I've been trying to teach myself a little bit of colorwork skills because eventually I want to do a colorwork sweater this year yet, but I haven't practiced a lot of colorwork, and so I picked up, this is called the Irish Fisherman Mitts. This is by Sam, who has Irish, he's got 2 different YouTube channels. It's like Irish farm knitting and then Irish farm art, I think, or something like that. The Ravelry name is the Irish Fisherman Mittens. So that's your show notes because I'm not going to do anything else. But I've been working on some color work, so it's looking pretty good. It's too tight. I used way too small of needles. I definitely underestimated. Of course, I didn't gauge swatch. Should have gauge swatched. Did not gauge swatch. But it's been really good practice. I started these, I think I cast on like a 4. And I'm on up to an 8 right now because I'm really tight with it, which I heard is common. It doesn't look like the colorwork itself is buckling that much yet. So I'm enjoying it. Still my first mitten. I'm using Lion Brand Fisherman's Wool, which I just thought was ironic and funny. And I have more than enough of it, so I will make 2 mittens and then maybe a headband or something to go with them, just to practice some color work in the round and get ready for a sweater. There's a couple different designs I looked at. I had one picked out, but then I go back and forth. And do I still want to do that one? Do I not want to do that one? I don't know. We will see when I get there. Stop yelling at me, little miss. She's like, pay more attention to me, not your camera. And I'm like, I record how often? Seriously, I need to do better with it, but like, she should not be jealous. Okay, she should not. Then I've been trying to catch up on my Lucky Dip a little bit, which has been a nice smaller project to work on. So, yeah, I'm still on my first sock, and this is like 2 or 3 months old. But it's longer sock, so I've been doing 100 stitches or 100 rows. This is on US 1 DPNs, which I found helped me get gauge. I like Magic Loop better, but I'm very loose, and I don't want to go under a US 1, which is a 2.25. So, yeah, I've gotten the leg done. I've finished the heel, flap, and turn, and I'm working on the gusset. So this is the Mysterious Forest. For those of you that got Le Garçon's Mysterious Forest Friends or Mysterious Forest Creatures, when they did that 3-month club, this was Mysterious Crow. So, or Mysterious Raven. One of the two. With the little raven feather stitch marker thing there. It's not focusing like I want it to focus. Okay, well, that's where I'm at with that. Hopefully I will finish the gusset today, and then finish the foot and the toe this weekend is my goal. And then next week, all of next week, there's half-day conferences, which is going to be it's all virtual conference, and so I'm going to plan to bring my knitting and crochet into work to do that helps me focus and pay attention. I just do, and it keeps my hands busy so my mind stays on the topic. So yeah, hopefully I'll get the second sock done next week, and then I can cast on, because I have 2 more months worth of socks that are still wound up. So this is June's Lucky Dip sock yarn. Knitted Wit. It is beautiful. From Around the Table Yarns. Pomo Basket. I don't know if this is still, I think this might be discontinued. And then this is also Knitted Wit. Also from Around the Table Yarns. And this is Crafted Perfection. So this is July's. So, yeah, that's where I'm at with several of my current projects, the stuff that I'm working on, my thoughts with crafting. I do have an upcoming cast on, if anybody's interested in that. On July 18th, I'm going to be casting on the Squareopolis by Maxim Sear. That shawl, and that's several of us that are in Around the Table Yarns. Their Zoom nights are doing that, and so feel free to join if anybody would like to. If you just go to aroundthetableyarns.com, there's their Zoom link right on there. Really welcoming people. It's a good time. Feel free to join if you want to, but no pressure. His Squareopolis looks to be kind of similar to the Opus shawl that I finished, but doing more in kind of like a checkerboard pattern. So I'm going to have a background solid color and then a variegated foreground color that you'll see throughout. So I have 2 Zauberballs. I can't say it. These balls. And this is like various shades of green and blue that'll be in here to give it a nice pop of color. And then I have Malabrigo Dos Tierras, this light gray color as my background. So I figured that'll give us some nice contrast. Oh, and Around the Table does free winding of your skeins when you order, if you order online. So don't miss that, because I forgot once or twice and I had to do it myself. I'm like, why did I do this to myself? I'm perfectly capable of winding my own skeins of yarn, but if they offer to do it, why would you say no? Yeah, so that's the upcoming project. And from there, I don't know. like I said, I'm still in this like weird mood. So I think I'm going to continue to do some small projects. Wait to pick up a big one. I do want to do a colorwork sweater yet this year. I want to do the Stephen West knit along in October. But it's also summer and it's warm most of the time. I'm getting a little warm right now because I turned my air conditioner off so you wouldn't hear it. So I think it's okay to have moments in your life where you feel great passion, and then it's okay for it to take a little bit of a backseat. That's normal. It happens. It doesn't mean you don't love the craft, but different seasons of your life. And wow, does that make me sound a little arrogant? I don't know. I'm going to go with it, though. It was not meant in an arrogant tone, no matter how some of the people that watch this that are my friends will joke and say, sure, it's not. It really wasn't. But yeah. If I haven't heard from you, feel free to leave a comment. Just say, hey, I love it. I appreciate it. Feel free to join various Zoom nights. I don't host any, but I go to a lot of them. So, I've mentioned Around the Table Yarns. I go to theirs. They host several nights a week. Check out their website for more details. I go to the Frivolous and Frugal Tuesday night Zoom knitting. Look them up on Ravelry. They have a Tuesday night. Or check out their YouTube for more information. I also sometimes go to the Got Whips Zoom podcast by Heather and Nikki, and that occasionally happens on some Wednesdays. So yeah, feel free to join. None of them are mine, but they're open to the public, and they're like meeting new people that love the fiber arts. So yeah, I'm gonna go with it. And if you need anything else, feel free to drop a line. I'll try to do this a little more regularly. Maybe these shorter episodes with less show notes will be more realistic for the summer, and then we'll see if I get into a longer topic or take you on location somewhere or all that good stuff. So if you haven't heard from me in a while, thank you for sticking with me. Thank you for stopping by and saying hi. I hope you all are having a great July. And until next time, see you all later.